Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sharina. I'm a content creator, also a crafter, and to all my existing subscribers, thank y'all, and I hope everybody enjoys this video. Today we are making a porch sign. I wanted to make myself a fall porch sign that would match my home because it is fall. Also, I wanted to show you how to make a porch sign if you don't have the Cricut Explorer Air, the Cricut Maker, like a lot of people use to make porch signs, or stencils. You won't need a stencil, you won't need a Cricut machine, you won't need any fancy hand paint because we aren't hand painting. Literally, this will be hands down one of the easiest porch signs you will ever make. If you make porch signs, this will be the easiest porch sign you will ever make, and if you don't, it's the easiest porch sign you will ever make. Hands down, not kidding. It's literally like 3 to 4 steps and then you're done. It's very simple and to the point. And I'm gonna show you exactly how to do it step by step. So let's get into the video. Alright guys, for this video you will need your board or your sign, of course. This is a 4-foot sign. It actually started off as a 6-foot sign that I got from Home Depot, but they cut it for free and it was only $12. Also, I got these letters from Hobby Lobby. They were $2.99 a piece, plus they were on sale for 40% off. So I will let y'all do the math on how much I actually paid for them because I don't know, but I got these letters out of Hobby Lobby and they say home. Also, I got these leaves from Hobby Lobby. They were also on the wooden section. They actually came in a pack, but I opened the pack, but they were also $2.99. And this ribbon, this is such a pretty ribbon. This was also at Hobby Lobby for $2.99. If you know how to make a ribbon, you can make your own ribbon, but I don't, so I bought one, and I got these little extra ribbons from the Dollar Tree to match. And of course, you will need your spray paint. My home is blue and beige, so that's the colors that I'm going to be using, but you don't have to use these 2 colors. You can use whatever colors you would like. Sandpaper, because of course we're going to have to sand our board before we spray paint it. These were from the Dollar Tree, and we're going to be using E6000 and our hot glue gun, so let's get started. First things first, you will need to sand your board before you spray paint it, and I always just lay my 4-foot board on top of the 2-foot piece that I got cut from Home Depot. And you will need to sand both sides of your board or your sign, also the edges. You want to make sure that you get all the grease, dirt, and debris off of your board before you spray paint it so that your spray can lay nice and flat and pretty. Make sure after you sand, you dust off all the sandings. Next, it's time to spray paint. And please pay attention on how I'm spray painting. I'm not staying in one area. I'm kind of swinging around. And this helps from having paint buildup. It helps your paint to lay flush, flat. You won't have any runs. And it's going to be as if you actually painted it with a paintbrush. It's gonna lay so flat. Just don't stay in one area when you're spray painting. Always move your spray can around. And you also want to make sure that you spray paint the front of your sign, the back of your sign, and also all the edges. You want to make sure your entire sign is painted. And since I am pregnant, I probably should have put a mask on while I was spray painting, but it didn't cross my mind till after I was done, so I'll know next time to put a mask on because that stuff was getting strong. Also, when you're finished painting your sign, you want to let it dry completely. Okay, now it's time for us to paint our letters, and what you need to do is remove the tags off of them, and we're just going to spray paint the front of our letters and the sides of our letters and the insides of our letters. You don't necessarily have to spray paint the back because we're going to be gluing these down onto our sign, so it is not necessary to spray paint the back. So again, I'm spray painting the same way that I spray painted the sign, you know, not staying in one spot, but It is very difficult when you're spray painting the letters because letters are so small. So you will have just a little paint build up. If it runs, it's fine. It'll level itself out. I promise. It won't look bad at all. But be sure just to spray paint the top, and you want to try to get as much as the edges and in the creases of the letters as possible. And again, I seem to had forgot to put a mask on. So apparently the paint couldn't have been that strong. But here's a close-up of our letters. As you can see, I don't know if you can really tell, but there's just a little paint buildup, but it doesn't look bad at all. And this beige actually looks more a little on the off-whitish side, but it'll work itself out, I promise. So yeah, that's our letters. So now you just let these dry completely. Okay, so now that everything is dry, it's time to throw the sign together. You're gonna need your leaves, your bow, your ribbon, your E6000, of course your letters, your sign. I have scissors, but let's just take a moment to enjoy this sign. Look at the gloss, look at the shine on the sign. I love glossy spray paint. That's all that I buy unless something has to be doable. I love gloss, but don't judge my hot glue gun. It's been put to work, okay? So first what I'm gonna do is put my ribbon and my bow at the top of the porch sign. So you would need to cut enough ribbon off to wrap around the top of the porch sign, completely around, enough to wrap completely around. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna hot glue it at the top. When hot gluing your ribbon at the top of your sign, what I do is I just put a little hot glue in the middle of the ribbon just so that it could be stuck to the front. That way when I go to wrap it around the back, it doesn't move around, and it makes it a whole lot easier, especially trying to get things perfect. So be careful with the hot glue because it's hot glue and it's hot. And you'll see me touching it, but it is hot, so I don't want y'all to burn yourselves. When you go to glue the back of your sign, if you end up having excess ribbon, it's fine. Just cut it, but you do want to make sure that your ribbon goes across, well, around the top of your sign completely. So if you may have excess ribbon, you can cut it, but you just want to make sure that the entire ribbon is completely wrapped around the top of your sign. So here's a quick view of how the top of your sign should look once you've hot glued your ribbon completely around the top. So now it's time to hot glue your bow in the center of your sign. So you want to take your bow and you want to hot glue it. Please put a lot of hot glue because this ribbon on this bow is thick. So you will need a lot of hot glue. Be very careful, and you want to just center it in the middle of your sign at the top, on top of your ribbon that you just glued down. So you want to make sure that you press and press and press hard so that it glues and it dries and it sticks. Alright, so here's a close-up of the ribbon. As you can see, it has the little tie at the top. That's just the way that it's made. So we will need to cover that, and we're going to just use a scrap piece that we cut from the ribbon that we used to wrap around the top of the sign. So get you a scrap piece and size it so that it'll cover up the little tie that's on the front of the ribbon. And then once you have it sized, like I said, you will cut it, and then you want to hot glue that to cover up the tie that's showing on the bow. And I tried to set the camera up so that I could get a close-up of me hot gluing this scrap piece onto this bow, but it seems like I got a close-up of my belly. So if you're new to my channel, I'm pregnant, so my stomach decided to make a grand entrance. So let's not lose focus of this bow, okay guys? Okay guys, now it's time to set up the sign. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and lay down my letters where I want them on the sign, and I'm gonna go ahead and lay down the leaves where I would want them on the sign, just so when I go to hot glue and use the E6000 glue, everything will already be in place. And you don't want to wing it. So you want to take this step before you glue everything on your sign to put everything in place so that you can see whether or not you like it or not, or whether or not you need to move this here or this there. So just take the time to lay things on the sign before you hot glue everything onto the sign. Alright, I think everything is pretty much in its place, so now it's time to glue. What I do is I hot glue all of the leaves first, only using hot glue. So I hot glue all my leaves in place first, only using the hot glue. Once we're done hot gluing the leaves, now it's time to hot glue our letters down. And I used the E6000 for the letters because the letters are fairly large, and I want to make sure that they permanent and they don't fall off. Not saying that the hot glue won't hold them on, but I just feel like the E6000 would be that extra, protection. So I put E6000 in the center of each letter. You can't see here because I wanted to make sure that I got the sign in the video, but I put the E6000 in the center of each letter, about a dime size amount, and then I put the hot glue around the rest of the letter, and then I place it where I want it on the sign. Once you place your letter on the sign, you just have about a 1 to 2 second grace period to get it perfectly centered and straight before the hot glue dries. So you want to kind of move fast and take your time, but also get it right. And I do the same process for every letter. I put about a dime size amount of E6000 in the center of the letter and hot glue on the rest of the letter. And, you know, make sure that you're putting your letters straight as possible. You don't want any crooked letters. You don't want any letters too far to the left or too far from the right. So just step back and make sure that your letters are perfectly centered. Now that we have our leaves and our letters glued down to our sign, we are finished. So, what do y'all think? Let me know down in the comments. What do y'all think about this porch sign? It was literally 3 steps: sand, paint, and glue. And I think it came out nice for a fall sign. Like I say, let me know what y'all think. I love it. This is the finished product. It didn't take long at all. It was fairly easy, and I think it's perfect for fall, and it's gonna match perfectly with my home. So before we take the sign outside, I want y'all to follow me on social media. I have an Etsy, a TikTok, and an Instagram. It's for my small business. It's called the Custom Creation Station. So guys, here's the finished product. I have it outside on my porch. Like I say, it matches my home. You can't really see my home. You can only see my porch, but my home is blue. But you don't have to use the same colors that I use. You can use any 2 colors you like to match your home. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, don't forget to share, don't forget to comment, don't forget to subscribe. All of that good stuff. Again, I hope y'all enjoyed this video, and check out some of my other porch signs videos and some of my other videos that I have. Again, thanks, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye.